What is up, Karol here with Email. What I want to show you today is how to create charts and graphs in WordPress without code. Okay, so just a quick demo of what I'm talking about even. So we do quite a lot on WP Shout, on Email when it comes to charts, graphs in our content. So this is one of the examples. This is our study into the fastest WordPress hosts on the market. And as part of the main research post, we do have some charts, among other things, of course. But for example, here's one. So this presents the all-time average load times for all of those hosts. You can hover wherever you want to see some individual data points. Then further down the page, we also have this one, which is the cumulative average load time progression in the US, which is kind of a complex thing. You know, if you're interested in those kinds of topics, hosting, then this probably tells you more. So this is a very fancy chart. It has a lot of lines, a lot of colors, a lot of data points. And similarly, in another post, we have this large chart that presents the long-term cost of using those specific hosts. And when you hover on any of them, you're gonna see total cost of hosting with this company. So those are just some examples. And as you would guess by now, those were created without using any code. So how do we do it? We do it by using the Visualizer plugin. It is our own plugin. It integrates with the most popular libraries for creating charts online, and it's quite easy to use. It makes creating those charts easy. Let me show you what I mean. So first off, pretty simple, just go into plugins, add new, just look for Visualizer, and yeah, it is this one, install, activate. I already have it active, and as soon as you do, you're gonna see the welcome wizard. So right away, this is where you get to start creating your charts. So there are a couple of ones available in the free version. Let's start with the bar chart, save and continue. Just as a demo, Visualizer is gonna show you an example chart, but what I'm gonna do is actually show you how to create one by hand. So go to Visualizer, and in here just click on add new, and again you get to pick from a number of chart types. Some of them are only available in the pro version, but the main ones are available for free. What I'm gonna pick is line chart, and in here you're gonna see some example data, but we can edit this data, of course, to add our own. So let's just click on edit data, and what you're gonna see is a simplified CSV format basically. So all we need to do is go to our own data. So what I have in here is some data about the loading times of those web hosts from those locations. Quite a simple data set, but I want to show it as a chart. So all I do is basically just download it as CSV, then let's open it in some editor, and what we need to do is just add one more row that will define the data types that are found in this data set. So pretty simple. So the first column is a string, then the next ones are just numbers. And since we do have 6 hosts, then we need to add it here 6 times. Cool, that is okay. Let's also add location in here to make it even clearer. And all we do now is just grab it, go back to Visualizer, and just paste all those values in here and show chart. And what we're gonna get is the completed ready chart. So this is showing all the data points that we've just added. You can hover over them, you can see, who's doing well, who's not doing well, and so on. Apart from that, we can also customize the way this chart looks. For example, we can set a title, loading times. And the title is gonna appear at the top of the chart. As you can see, you can also adjust the font color, set how you want to display the axis titles, and much more. Of course, the font styles are customizable as well. You can change the layout, you can change the position of the legend here. Maybe we want to place it left of the chart instead of right. So, you decide what you want to do. Then you can tune up the tooltip. So by default, the tooltip works whenever the user hovers over a data point. But we can change that. We can change it to, for example, that it will be displayed when the user selects an element. So not just hovers over the element, but also clicks on it and the element stays in view. This is pretty cool, but I think I'm gonna go with the default settings. Still, there are some animations available. Also, there's an option to save the images, the chart images in the media library, which can be, useful depending on what you need the charts for. And then you can customize the chart itself. For example, I can put a name here. So those are gonna be locations. Yeah, looks good. Then for vertical, this is load time, also good. And just to make this data a bit more visible, what I can also do is in the view window specify the maximum value that I want to display to be 2.5. So that will scale the chart a bit more to fill out the entire available space. Then that's not all, because I can also maybe increase the line width just to make those lines more pronounced. More than that, I don't think I like them being this blocky, so let's smooth the lines. Yeah, starts looking quite fun. Then when we go into the series settings, this basically are the settings for the individual lines. So what we can do is go into one of them and just tune up the format. And if we set that, this will make it clear that the value we are looking at is indeed in seconds. So yeah, we can replicate this for all the series, and cool, now all of them say that this is in seconds. Finally, we can adjust the whole chart size if we want to, if we need to, but other than that, I think we are good. We can save chart, and this chart is available here on the list. So we can now just embed it into any blog post. So if I go to posts, create new, yeah, let's create a new one. So hosting data, and visualizer has its own block, of course. So just select the chart, this is the one, insert chart, and it's gonna be displayed in here. Yeah, so let's just publish the post. The post has been published and the chart is indeed embedded. You can do the same stuff with other types of charts, of course. For example, a pie chart. Let's just import it here. And for this one, let me show you a couple of interesting features in the settings. So for example, what I like to do with pie charts is turn them 3D. So in pie settings, you can go 3D to yes, and this is gonna convert the chart to a really nice looking one like this. Let's create it. Then again, one more thing I wanna show you is creating tables. So quite similarly, you can edit this table just like we did with the charts. But you know what? A better approach would be probably to switch to the simple mode of editing. And now when you edit data, you get this more user-friendly interface where you get to input specific labels for the table and also the individual values. This will work great if you are creating a table that doesn't have like a huge amount of data, but still for importing existing data or for working with more data, then this simple method is just gonna be quicker. Then you can embed this table just like we embedded a chart a minute ago. And then one more thing, if you are on the pro version of this plugin, you can do other interesting things. For example, let's select bar chart, and now what we have in the pro version, we have additional settings for importing data into my chart. So right now I don't only get to edit this data by hand, I can also import data from file, from URL, meaning I can just provide a link to a CSV file, or even from JSON if I want to. Plus more advanced features to import data from WordPress. Apart from those importing features, I also get to choose from lots more types of charts, like maybe this one, but there are also other more creative ones as well, like candlestick timeline and so on. Just a quick break, Karol here from the future, by the way. So as I was producing this video, Visualizer came out with a new update, and this new update comes with kind of a cool feature. So you can now build your charts with AI. So let me show you. Just click on add chart and there's a new prompt. So let's pick the AI builder, and it's a totally new interface, kind of cool. So what you can do here is either enter your CSV data by hand, or you can provide a spreadsheet link, upload the file, or provide a URL. But those features are available in the pro version. So for free, what you can do is enter your data here and then prompt Visualizer to create a chart for you. It just so happens that I have some data, right? So what you're looking at here is some data about web hosts, their average speed and price. So what I want to do is, let's say, create a scatter plot chart that presents the relation between host prices and load time. Nicely. Cool, let's just generate. I'm guessing this can take a minute, so let's give it a while.
A few moments later.
Alright, and there we have it. This is the chart, although the preview window is a bit narrow, so maybe let's see it full screen. And yeah, it does look quite nice. So my dataset highlights web hosts and the average prices and average load times. So what we can see here is specifically the hosts that are fast and cheap, fast and pricey, slow and pricey, and slow and cheap. So having something like that is is kind of nice because we can see a very nice, interesting representation of the data in a chart that was created by AI. So let's just publish it. Done. And right now this is the chart. We can use it through the shortcode just like any other visualizer chart. And if you want to, you can edit it. You can add a new prompt, tweak the data, or if you want to, you can even edit the code. So quite cool. Yeah, so that is it. That is how you create charts and graphs in WordPress without touching any code. Let me know what you think. Check out the visualizer, see what cool charts you managed to create with this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. There's a lot more content coming up, and see you next time.